No, because how have they managed to make a 6.5 minute trailer? They just want me to yap. They know how much I talk. They were like, can we get an hour's video out of the English Simmer? Make it 6 minutes, 38 seconds long. Today, we are going to be reacting to the official gameplay trailer for Enchanted by Nature. I cannot believe it. I'm not going to watch all of this all the way through and then react, because that's going to add so much. So I feel like we should just like pause it. I like the voice actor. Mother Nature was there. Okay, so these are all the potted plants. We got one over here, one over here. Love this little girlie. What a diva. This is just like a regular potted plant that we have inside. And then these are like the new kind of house plants. Is that a plant sim? That looks like a plant sim. The thing is, they could just make sims with the green skin tone, because we do have a green skin tone in The Sims 4. Oh, and they can die. Okay, so you do have to take care of them. You do have to water them. Oh no, this is so sad. That literally, so many of my plants started looking like this. I do like the fairy playing in the water. That is cute. Ooh, they just use the fairy dust on the plant. Enchanted plants water and weed themselves.
Ooh, they do take.
I do like the variegated monstera. Pixies. So pixies can take over plants. You have like a pothos, you have a rubber tree, you have a fern. You can also, it seems, take the new houseplants and put them in the old school planters, because this is a new plant and that's in one of the old school planters. This one's in an old school planter, which is a nice little detail. You can kind of just have them for decoration instead of like only having harvestables in there now. You can name the house plants. Compliment on photosynthesis. Plant a fairy seedling. Is this in Sylvan Glade that we're doing this? It kind of looks like Sylvan Glade. No, I imagine this is the new world. I don't think we have like those toadstools and stuff in Sylvan Glade. I was wondering if they were maybe going to bring like Sylvan Glade back into the game a little bit more. Plant fairy seedling. This feels as if how you maybe become a fairy from being a human sim. Fairy stories, new aspiration. Oh, so you plant that to like get Mother Nature to arrive. So you drink a special thing and then it's like werewolves. Werewolves, if you enter the pond on a full moon, you can become a werewolf. So this kind of uses the same functionality where you turn into a fairy if you visit this pond. Wings. This works the same way that we've seen werewolf fur and tattoos more recently. I guess you get to choose the different colors of your wings. We're used to seeing this with cats and dogs as well. So many different types of wings. They all honestly look really, really good. I will say the fairy wings look great. And you can paint on them. You can do whatever patterns you want on them. Again, we're used to seeing this with werewolf fur, and this is kind of exactly the same. Ooh, some cheeky little hairstyles. Let's check those out. Okay, I feel like we've seen a lot of these. I don't know what this skin tone is. I feel like I've never really seen this skin tone, so maybe we're getting some updated ones, or maybe we're getting like the sliders on skin tones. I don't know, because there are a lot here that I definitely haven't seen, like the pink. What? Kayla, I'm so sorry. But I do absolutely love the horns. The makeup is fine. I never am really one to use like the fantasy kind of makeup. Like if they just had these forehead pieces without like all these extra bits, I probably would use it. If it was just kind of this area, I would use it a lot more. And then the creator sim, definitely not my favorite. This one's cute, like the fawn type thing. Tell me if you watched my Festive Big Brother, because this sim looks exactly like Rudolph. And then we also have this like dark fairy over here. I do like the different customization. This skin tone is sick. Needs panel. So they don't have, I'm trying to think, hunger? They don't have hunger, which is quite fun. Quite like that we don't have to have our fairies eat. And then they also don't have, I can't, like the toilet need. They have emotional force instead. Regenerate emotional force. So I imagine if you use any like ability, if you use any fairy magic, this will go down, kind of like we have with spellcasters.
But if you don't take care of your needs, well, it's always a pity to see.
Ooh, new death. So I hope it can be a new death. You can do death by overcharging as a spellcaster, so it's fun that they've got a depletion one this time around for fairies. You're actually gonna have to like keep an eye on that need, which is something you've never really been able to do before. Like, I guess it's depleted and then you just can't use your powers. It's the same with Ghost, whereas this one, they're like, no, you will actually hopefully pass away. She did say it's a shame to go like that, which gives me he has passed away.
You can simply consume bottled emotions or absorb emotions from others to fulfill your needs.
Whoa, damn. Not the stealing of the emotion and then flirting.
Oh, I'm still here, right?
Is this a new woohoo? Oh, you can have a fairy woohoo. Okay, that's quite cute. That is pretty cute. I always like this animation as well. Like, we've had it since Vampires, where they like fall out of the coffin together and then like help one another up. Ooh, what's this over here? Is this the maybe fairy dust that they were talking about? I absolutely love these boots. Like the boots with the flowers on, so cute. Also, that looked like we kind of took a human sim and made them small. Like, that sim does not have wings. So you kind of have maybe to turn other sims like small to do like interactions, which isn't surprising because when you're a ghost and you do that like woohoo where you can woohoo in objects, you can do it with human sims as well. She's in the fairy house. Oh, stop. Not the fairy house, the dollhouse. She's asleep in the dollhouse. Also, new dollhouse. That's really cute. Ooh, new fairy ability. Ability points 16. We have manipulation, emotion, nature, customization. I don't know, like this I guess is kind of giving like evil because it's in red, and then this maybe, but the nature is kind of making me think that they've gone less for like evil and like good fairies, and maybe they've done more of like a mix, kind of like they did, I feel, with spellcasters, which I always love it when you can personally tell like really distinct stories, whereas with this I don't know if I'm getting that, but then this is manipulation, so it will also be interesting to see what the emotion is. I hope that doesn't just like mess with moodlets of like other sims, or like make them feel inspired or make them feel this way or that way, because that's a little bit boring in my opinion. I want to cause mischief. Age up another. Stop, that's so funny. What if you can do that and it's actually deadly? What if you can age up an elder? Watch it. They probably disallowed it for aging up elders, because then they would simply just like pass away. Bring gnome to life for cleaning, for gardening, for protecting, or for repairs and upgrades.
Or messing with relationships.
Sway another's emotion. Wait, are we making Jeffrey not in love with Nancy anymore? Because I'm here for that gameplay. Disruptive. Ooh. Kind of love that. I'm here for breaking up, giving Jeffrey the life he deserves. I'm really hoping that this hair is available without these leaves in it. I just want this to be a hair without the leaves as well. Please give us the option. Sims, just steal my idea that I used for my Globetrotter challenge. I always made something like this. If you've watched my Globetrotter challenge, you can vouch for this. I always made like a bus stop type shelter to fit in the world that we were living in. So we've got a sink over here. We've got a hob, which this hob I'm fairly sure is in base game, but the counters are new counters. This is a little like clothing rail so you can get changed. The thing is, you still have to live on a lot, don't you? Because you need to be able to place all of these down. So it's not like it's nomad living in the sense that you don't even have to live on a lot anymore, because you can make it look like you're a nomad. You can build your lot to not really have a lot of stuff and like build it up like this, but you still do live on the lot. But I guess if you have like off the grid, then you could maybe make it work so that you're not like paying taxes and stuff like that and the bills. I know a lot of people have been like, they are just like eating frogs alive, which it does feel like that frog was still though. So I like to think that they have, you know, let the frog cook a little bit maybe in their inventory, and it has since gone. But we do also have the boiling frog hot pot, which is available at cooking level 7 in the base game if you actually have a frog in your inventory. A lot of people didn't know that when I mentioned it in a video just the other day. Sleeping outside on the ground. Again, I still don't feel like it's that different. Like, we could always nap on a bench, and that was actually like off our lot. I don't know what this little meditation is. It feels like they have some form of like maybe meditation, but without like the meditation pillow that we have in Spa Day.
The more time you spend working on natural living skills, the easier it gets to manage your needs. I confine yourself to 4 walls.
Yeah, but this is the thing that makes me laugh, because it's like, yeah, you might not like live in a house anymore or whatever you may live in, but you still have to live on a lot. Here's the look system. This is something that I have been looking forward to. I've been wanting to hear more about the look because I've wanted this pretty much since The Sims 4 Seasons. This was back on my seasons wish list years and years and years ago. Rory can't be totally sure, but he feels like bad luck is looming over him today. That's kind of giving Stardew Valley. I would love it if you could actually like check your luck like on a TV or a radio, like as maybe a little head nod to Stardew Valley. I think that would be really, really cute. Anthony is sure he has good luck today, shining brightly on him. So he actually managed to catch a fish, whereas I don't think, yeah, Rory didn't. Maybe what you actually do in the game is affected by your luck. So for example, if you have good luck, then you'll catch fish more easily. Maybe you'll get better catches, whereas if you don't, then you won't see that many.
Imbalance, experiencing minor symptoms. Ignoring it leads to serious consequences and may mean picking up an ailment.
Ooh, gnome law. So they're out here looking like a little toadstool. That's if you're imbalanced, you get them. Oh, and then it spawns gnomes around you.
The apothecary.
I love that beard. Again, I hope they give us a version of this beard without the flowers. Please, I beg. If you're gonna go, like, and I have absolutely no issue with them going, like, high fantasy, especially in a pack that, like, introduces fairies. But I do always think when they give us stuff like this, I would always love a second version that is that little bit more neutral. Elixir enthusiast. Craft mentoring. Okay, so kind of works with businesses and hobbies. Like once you're above a certain skill, you can mentor. Then open, so you can store things in here, which is something they have done pretty much since Crystal Creations and being able to store crystals. I'm assuming you'll be able to store like your ingredients. Purchased and advanced apothecary ingredients and study apothecary cures. Fairly sure that is a regular looking plant in my opinion in a pot. Oh my god, so we can have like maybe like potted like old school plants that we've always had, like potted strawberries and stuff. I know technically we have that in Eco Lifestyle with like the indoor like trellis type situation, but that's actually really nice. We I guess also have it with like the pots that you can already have, but if you can put these on stuff, Sonic Sinus Cure, Daisy and Sage, Emotional Void Cure, Basil Aura Petal. Ooh, Aura Petal is a new one. Moss is also a new one. Enhanced eyes, basil, lemon, acorn, noxious gas, a wee drink. Oh, okay. So these, they did mention that they were going to have cures for the ailments when it came to the apothecary skill, but they also mentioned that there's like 14 others that just kind of give you like powers or like affect different things. So I imagine maybe a wee drink like brings down someone's bladder, maybe. Noxious gas, I imagine, makes them like fart. Maybe just like calms them down if you're in an angry mood. Enhanced eyes, maybe that is something to do with collectibles, because obviously collectibles are such a big part of this. What if it does actually show you like collectibles that you can gather? Please, I beg, give me something like that. Momentary happiness, I'm sure that will make your sim happy. Emotion stone, maybe you can like rub this and change your emotion. Cowplant horn, freezer bunny foot, maybe this brings good luck if you carry it on you. Lucky liquid, need stop, so I imagine that stops any needs from decaying. Fearless and supernatural shield.
Oh, is that lucky liquid? I know a fisherman who could have used that. If you're in...
Oh no! Poor little guy, he's getting called out. Herbal house call. Welcome to Willow's first day as a naturopath healer. You'll begin to receive clients and have the opportunity to put your skills to use. You must be as thorough as possible to diagnose them with the correct ailment or issue. This definitely feels similar to the doctor career and the vet career. Like, you have to like ask questions or do tests on a sim, and it'll basically like decipher what they have wrong with them. Although I imagine, just like the get to work ones, if you play this a fair bit and you get used to seeing like the same kind of like pattern on someone's skin again and again, then you'll be able to give them the cure that they need without actually asking them anything. I do really like that they can come over to your house. I think this is exactly what we needed in Lovestruck. If the therapy career had actually worked like this, I would have been so much on board with like Lovestruck. It probably wouldn't have been like my favorite pack, but it definitely would have helped Lovestruck feel more fulfilled pack for me personally. I basically played the therapy career like this. I went over to like people's houses and like tried to give them counseling, and I just wish that they had done this with Lovestruck. But you kind of work like an event. Workday ends at 5 p.m. You need to cure the ailing sim and conduct client intake. Whoa, the stones on their skin, that's so cool. Revitalize Abby's needs. Oh, so this is like emotion stone or something? Oh no, that wasn't the right one. Sometimes that means designing a wellness program.
Designing a wellness program for a client or offering a plant-based remedy.
New plans. So we have this little like swirly one, this little leaf, and then... Oh, is this the lightning bolt one? We saw lightning bolts like on a tree or something in one of the promos, and then this just looks like petals.
The moody shrub allows you to extract emotions from it.
Okay, so that makes sense with like all the emotion potions that are being used. Like, you use them for the apothecary. You can also use them like as fairies to, I'm sure, to like replenish your need.
You can affect your luck or imbalance as long as you don't anger it. Oh, and the lightning root.
Not angering the plant.
I'm sure.
Oh my god, the deaths that you could do with that. If you get like fried twice, electrocuted like twice in a row, your sim can pass away. An elixir most certainly will cause a bladder failure. Ooh, this is actually giving so much away. Elixir grants an invisible shield of protection from any negative powers and abilities of vampires, werewolves, spellcasters, and fairies. Removes a +1 angry or sad moodlets for calming. Temporary happy moodlet refill needs slightly. Keen eye, temporarily improving foraging finds and allowing sims to have better odds of... Oh, so it just like ups your luck. Elixir prevents a sim from receiving an ailment when they otherwise would. Will feel temporary boost to their luck. Tank sims hygiene, leaving them a little noxious and embarrassed. So there's kind of a little bit of like mischief coming into play with these. Holistic cure cure, all powerful, remove most negative moodlets, any ailment, and fully restore a Sim's needs and balance. Cure the gnome law, creation impulse, emotional void. I imagine the rock one is maybe the emotional void one. Whoa, this is a stunning place. Oh my goodness gracious me. What is this big bow? Where did that come from? Jojo Siwa who? Oh my god, I'm in love with this bartender. Please tell me she is in the pack. Couple new stalls. Then this is the tree. Okay, not the little law between Mother Nature and Spruce. The X. It's kind of giving paranormal with Gidry and his ex. Ooh, you can turn other Sims into fairies. Oh, are they the lovers from before? That's cute. Bye, Mother Nature. Honestly, I hope you can romance her because I'm gonna rewatch it and I'm gonna maybe try and see if I missed anything because I was pausing an awful lot. Only things I feel like I may have missed. This is definitely a new nose. We do not have a nose like this. I'm now thinking, did they make this for like fawns? It's really hard to see because like it's not face on, but this is a nose shape I'm fairly sure that we don't have, and this like darkness around the end makes me feel like it is maybe for those fawn Sims. Oh, in this bit they're kind of talking about like the locals and hearing stories and like earning rewards, which is kind of giving Finchwick favors maybe a little bit, like from Cottage Living, where they sent you on like little tasks and you kind of found out lore about townies through those tasks. And also this is intriguing to me because these don't look like windows. Like they very well could be. I will be like gobsmacked if they have made windows like this thin. Like that would be absolutely incredible. Like this looks like custom content. I know that builders are going to be happy if we're getting like seamless windows like this because this feels like a greenhouse type situation on like an extension, but these windows are giving seamless. They're giving custom content. They look so good. I will say I still feel like a lot of my points from the video that I previously did do still stand, in the sense that a lot of this feels similar to what some people may already have in their games, like werewolves, cottage living. I guess the potted plants are new, but realistically, with the houseplants, they didn't mention like spraying for bugs. None of them had like bugs around them. They just mentioned that like spraying them with water when they're dry is like the way to take care of them. And I've always said if I were gonna have houseplants, I would absolutely love it if we could actually like spray for bugs, because pests are so annoying when it comes to houseplants. Trust me, I know, I've been through it as a plant mum. And then also being able to like take cuttings and then like grow those cuttings. Like we already have so many objects in the game that are basically propagating. There we go. We have loads of propagating stations, but we don't have propagating. And I feel like this would have been the perfect time to kind of like give a little bit more detail to those houseplants. You can name them, you can talk to them, but if you, I think, maybe had a certain trait, or if you were a certain gardening level, you could talk to plants anyway. So that's really not anything new, apart from the fact that you now have potted plants that you water. I'm interested about the fairy abilities. I really wanted the powers to like excel. I wanted them to be so mischievous. I wanted them to be a little bit devastating. I will like it if you can like age a sim up even past Elder, because that's the type of devastating that I wanted from fairies. Like I wanted them to cause chaos. It will be interesting to see like how playing around with like emotions can actually like affect relationships and kind of see the fallout from that. I am cautiously optimistic about that, I guess, because that is something that I do enjoy watching in my game. The elixirs we did actually get to see the ones that don't affect the ailments, which is quite nice because it does kind of help out not just for things that are included in this pack, and it slightly expands. But I guess if you already have spellcasters or you already have herbalism, there are a couple of those balms and also spells that spellcasters can do that can already kind of do the stuff that elixirs can do. I'm excited about the look. I wish they had kind of gone into like a little bit more detail about what the look system could actually affect, because all it really showed was like fishing, which I guess does show off that maybe it'll be higher quality, which in turn I think that's also gonna affect the stuff that your sim makes. Maybe if you have bad luck, then you create stuff that is poor quality more frequently, whereas if you have good luck, then you're obviously gonna have like higher qualities more frequently. They did also mention in one of the blogs that we got that luck would affect their career. So again, I imagine if you're having good luck, you're more likely to get an accelerated performance and therefore maybe get promoted a little bit quicker. Bad luck, maybe you could get fired. I hope so. I hope that that's a thing that can happen rather than just affecting the performance. Like, imagine if you can just get cut from your job like that. Doesn't really like affect you that negatively, because you can always like get back into the job and you could just like cheat it if you wanted to. But I would love that. Love life. So I imagine dates or like people can turn you down more frequently and have like quite negative romantic interactions with you if you have bad luck, cooking, foraging, and other interactions or tasks. 2 luck charms that can be found or purchased or made at the apothecary table. I'm assuming that is the rabbit's foot that you can kind of have in your inventory, which I do like that little detail. I like the small things like that, but I still think this has a lot of crossover with a lot of other stuff, and therefore I personally don't think they should be selling it at an expansion pack price. But of course, once I get my hands on this pack, I will be making content for you all, so you can all make that decision for yourselves. Which, speaking of, I am gonna post after this video things that you want me to test out about this new pack, things that you want to see like more in depth, whether you want to see anything cross pack when I do get my hands on it with like all the other packs. I'm gonna have 2 separate posts, one for just like Enchanted by Nature, because obviously if I do get my hands on early access, I will just be playing it with base game, and then I'll have a follow-up that is asking about the cross pack. So just kind of try and keep those 2 separate, but I would love to know what you lot think. If you feel like I didn't notice anything, they didn't go over the like flower pressing at all in this, which I get because they haven't really talked about that as like a main feature. It's just kind of been like noted in the trailers, but I kind of wish they had gone into that a little bit more. Don't know if I saw everything. If I missed anything, let me know down in the comments, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.